Hey guys, it's me, Tommy, and I'm back again with another video. In this video, I'll be showing you guys how I applied my frontal using my Nubian Goddess Kinky Curly collection here, as well as how to maintain it while you work out and how to safely remove your frontal once you're ready to remove it. So let's just jump right into it. First things first, I always like to start off with freshly washed hair. So I'm gonna be washing my hair with sulfate-free shampoo. This is my frontal and it really needs some serious washing. So I'm gonna go ahead and cleanse it. I like to fill up my sink with water and the shampoo, and then I'm just going to dunk the hair in it. I like doing this method on cleansing my hair, one with sulfate-free shampoo, that way it doesn't strip my hair and just make it unmanageable. And two, I like using the soap suds to help cleanse the hair. I'm not gonna detangle yet, I'm just using it to just cleanse the hair. Next is conditioning, and this is when I'm going to detangle. I'm going to be using my Aussie Moist conditioner. You guys know how much I love this because it gives your hair some serious slip. I'm going to go ahead and fill that sink up again with water and conditioner, and then now it's time to detangle. When I detangle my units, I detangle with my fingers because I try to be as gentle as possible when washing my hair. This helps with the longevity of your units. I've actually had this unit since January. I've been wearing it off and on maybe about 4 or 5 times because I've been practicing applying the frontal and it's still intact, guys. So just when you're doing your washing method, just make sure you're very careful, especially with your frontal. That way it doesn't bald by using your fingers to detangle. So after I'm done detangling with my fingers, I'm going to rinse the conditioner out, and then I'm going to also squeeze the water out of my hair. The way I do that is I fold my frontal in half, and then I just use my hands to just gently squeeze the water out. Don't drag your hand down, like smooth it down, but just pump your hand. Next, I'm going to use my Denman brush because I love the way this brush makes these curls pop. There are no product, absolutely zero product in this hair. This is just the natural way the curls pop using my Denman brush. So if you want results that I have in this video, definitely use a Denman brush. And I'm just showing you guys how my unit is curly from the root to the tip. Love it! After detangling my hair and using a Denman brush, I usually let my units dry overnight. And this is the way the curls look naturally, without any product in it whatsoever. And it's air dried. You can use a diffuser if you want, but it gives you a different way when you use a diffuser. I'll show you guys another video on what it looks like. Now it's time to prep. I'm going to be using my Got To Be Glued as well as the freezing spray. And I'm just using these two to, one, protect my hair, and two, mold my hair. So I'm going to try to protect my edges because my edges are everything by using the Got To Be Glued on my edges first, applying a really thick layer, and then I'm going to take my wig cap and place it on top of where I added the glue. Next, I'm going to follow up with the freezing spray. I do about 2 or 3 layers of the freezing spray, making sure that it dries in between each. And then I'm going to add another set of Got To Be Glued on top. The next clip is going to show you guys with the scarf on my head. The reason why I do that is because it's really hard for me to get the glue to stick by my ears. So after it's kind of semi-dry, I like to add my scarf on it. That way the part by my ears can stick down because it just doesn't stick down on its own. So I just use a scarf to do that, and this is just me just peeling the scarf off. Next, obviously, you're going to cut your excess of your wig cap. So that's what I'm doing. Some people who can't find a wig cap that matches their skin complexion can add some foundation to the top, but I think my wig cap is pretty decent color for my complexion. So I'm just gonna leave it this way, and I'm just gonna remove the excess of the cap off from the sides, the front, everywhere. Next, I'm going to take my unit and I'm just going to place it over my head just to see if I cut all the excess cap off and nothing is peeking through before I before I apply my glue. My glue of choice is going to be Ghost Bond glue. I really like Ghost Bond glue because it doesn't dry shiny underneath. It actually dries matte. So what I like to do with Ghost Bond glue, since I'm still new to trying to perfect this frontal method and make it look like it's melting into my skin, is doing it sections. So I start with the top first, and then I'm going to do the sides. and apply a few layers. It does suggest to apply more than one layer. I'm only keeping this unit on for a week, so I'm just gonna apply 2 layers, making sure that it dries in between, and then I'm gonna apply my frontal on top. I'm gonna do the same method on the sides, making sure I apply the Ghost Bond glue to the section that I want. I'm gonna use my finger to flatten it out a little bit, make sure that it spreads evenly, let that dry clear, second layer, dry clear, and then apply my frontal onto the glue. As I'm doing this, I'm gonna give you guys some tips as you can see me just repeating the process. The first tip is to make sure the glue dries clear completely. I've noticed that when I become impatient, like right here, you can see it didn't dry clear completely, but I'm still adding my frontal on top of it. Don't do that. And the reason why I say that is you're gonna see when I lift my fingers up, you see the glue is still white underneath. It's going to stay like that. It's not going to get clear. It's just gonna be that white blob there. So please avoid doing that. A second tip, if you didn't notice that the front of my hair, when I lift it up a little bit, it flaps a little bit. Do it that way. So as you see me applying my second layer, but as you're applying your frontal onto where you placed your glue, put your frontal a little bit ahead of where the glue is placed. I've noticed that with Ghost Bond glue, not Got to Be Glued, I'm sorry. I've noticed with Ghost Bond glued, eventually over time, maybe because I live in Florida and it's very hot and humid sometimes, I noticed that this glue bleeds. And the more it bleeds, the more it gets closer to your to where it's exposed, and then your baby hairs, when you tie it up at night, start to stick to your skin, and that doesn't look good. I actually found this method from another YouTuber. I'm gonna link her information below in that video where I found out her tip, because it was so helpful, and I feel like she's more of a pro at it. And then where you have the lace that's not sticking to your head, you can add your Got to Be Glued to just tack it down that way. I'm telling you guys, this method works so well, so please give it a shot. If anything, I know my application is not perfect, but if you want to take away anything, take away that major tip. So right here, I'm just waiting for the Ghost Bond glue plus the Got to Be Glued to dry a little bit, and then I'm going to tack it down again using the edge of my rat tail comb. I personally am not really big on baby hairs. I like it to actually look a little bit natural, so I try to make my baby hairs look a little bit natural as I'm tacking down the edges of my hair. Another thing too with Ghost Bond glue is trying to let it cure overnight. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that same scarf again, and I'm going to just tie my edges up so that it can set overnight. I think I finished filming this part around 10 o'clock at night. I have work the next day. This was actually on a Sunday, and I get up at 7:50 to go to work because I work 9 to 6. So from 10 to 6 was a decent amount of time for my frontal to set. So I'm just going to use my scarf to set it, and then I'm going to take my bonnet on top and just tuck my hair away for work the next day. Wake up in the morning and I'm styling it. And then the next clip, I'm going to show you guys how to maintain your hair while you're working out at the gym. Okay, just came back from the gym, sweaty face. But the main thing to do when you have a frontal in your head and you work out like I work out is that you make sure you keep your headband or your sweatband on. Wait till it's dry underneath before you go ahead and take it off. So what I'm gonna do right now is take a shower right now, and then take off my clothes. Shout out to my t-shirt. I'll put the link below so you guys can see where you can cop it from. But I did some damage at the gym today. I did some serious damage at the gym today. Show you guys what the damage is at the gym. So I had an intense workout today. I'm sweating like crazy, so like I said before, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure I can peel this back as much as I possibly can so that I can wash my face really well. Make sure that this underneath dries completely before you take it off. Obviously you can see my frontal is in a ponytail right now. It was been raining all day today, like drizzling and stuff like that. I am hot. It's been drizzling and stuff, so my hair looks a little poofy because of the weather, so I'm gonna rewash it and get it ready for work tomorrow. So just wanted to show you guys how to take care of your frontal. So this is the finished results on what my frontal looks like. This is about a week later. This is on Saturday when I filmed. So I'm just going to show you guys really quick on how to safely remove your unit from your head. I'm going to use some 70% alcohol and a washcloth. I'm going to drench my washcloth with the alcohol, and I'm just going to pat it onto where the glue is applied to my hair. As you can see, sometimes it can be just a little bit stubborn to release it, but just keep applying the 80-70% alcohol, and then eventually the glue is just going to melt from your frontal. If it becomes a little bit stubborn, you just keep doing the same thing over and over again, just adding the alcohol, releasing it with the glue, and it's just eventually going to come off nice and clean. See right here, it's a little bit stubborn. You're just going to add a little bit more alcohol to it, and it's going to release the glue from your frontal. Just be very, very gentle right here because you don't want to rip your lace. So if it can't go any further, just add the alcohol, dab it, dab it, dab it, and it's going to eventually release. So now that your unit is safely off, now all you have to do is just take off the wig cap. I'm just adding a little bit of alcohol to it and then just roll the wig back. Remember, this section right here, you applied your gel, so you can easily use water to just remove it off safely, and then you can just go ahead and just peel everything off. But just be very, very gentle, especially because it's your edges. And if you think like, oh, but her edges are red, no. It's just because I was rubbing the alcohol, and excuse the pimple right there. But as you can see, edges are still intact. I'm still babying it, my hair back in its place. But that's just basically it, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. Again, this is a nice full shot of what my frontal looks like. I am loving it. I'm loving the hair. If you are going to purchase this hair from my website, use coupon code WELCOME for 10% off. If you have any questions, leave them below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.